get ready with me for a night out for my friend's birthday party. So I thought we'd get ready together. It's not very often I do massively full glam makeup anymore unless it's just for a video. So I thought, do you know what? I'm going to throw some full glam on and we can do it together. So honestly, glass skin is the goal and I am obsessed with the new Primark Rice Milk Toner, the glass skin one. Sensational. I bought that with my own money. I'm genuinely obsessed. I need to buy another 4 bottles. I never want to stop using it. And then I paired that with the L'Oreal Glass Skin Revitalift Serum. Obsessed. The Glass Skin Serum is genuinely my favourite product from L'Oreal. I was so kindly gifted it, but I'm going to buy another one straight away as soon as I run out. Then I used the She Glam Hold 'Em Up Brow Gel. I'm obsessed with that, and a little MAC lip balm that I found in my collection. And then I've run out of my ultraviolet SPF face fluid, the Queen's Cream one, so I'm using my Bioma Ultra face fluid as an SPF. I absolutely love this. It's so nice. Leaves your skin so glowy. Then I'm just going in with some Superdrug Vitamin E eye cream. I really like this one. It's really affordable, but it's such a good eye cream. And to me, an eye cream's an eye cream. I certainly don't think skincare has to be mega expensive for it to be good. I'm also just using the Jade Face Roller. My mum got me this one. I'm not sure where it's actually from, but it's so good. And I used to have one from Superdrug, which I absolutely loved. Trying to give myself a little bit of a jawline. Of course, I'm using my Benefit 24-hour brow setter. I am so sad because after this video, it ran out. So I need to run to repurchase that. Genuinely the best brow setter I've ever used. I really do like the NYX one. It's the NYX The Brow Gel Glue in like the squeezy tube. Not the Crazy Lift one, but the other one that's in like the purpley packaging. I absolutely love that. So I just smooth it down with one side and then I flip the wand round and like drag it across the corners to sort of sharpen the tail. I'm using the MUA Pro Base Concealer and then the MUA Enhancing Eye Base. I like to mix the concealer and the eye base together because I find that I get a better pigment. And also I've got the lasting power of the eye base, but the pigment of the concealer. Genuinely, MUA are one of my absolute favourite brands of all time. They're such an affordable brand. Their products are amazing. And for the price, I just genuinely can't believe how incredible they are. Obviously, I'm using my Maybelline Fit Me to set everything down. Now, I was debating what colour to do on my eyes. So I'm just using the MUA eyebrow pencil as well. I swear to God, this is not an MUA ad. I just absolutely love them. Like, I'm just obsessed with the brand. I'd love to work with MUA. MUA, if you're watching this, I adore you. I'd love to work with you. Here's me shooting my shot. I just find this medium brown shade is the absolute perfect shade for my hair. I have freshly dyed my hair, but my natural hair colour is similar to what this is. I just wanted to top up the roots. So the shirt that I was wearing, because we were wearing shirts that my friend would wear as part of like the surprise birthday, was like pink, purple and black. But I just don't like pink eyeshadow on me. I don't think it suits me. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the colours of the pink that I'm using or how I'm doing the eyeshadow, but I don't like it. So I started off just doing some warm browns in the crease. I'm using my favourite P. Louise Wedding Wish XL palette. Honestly, this eyeshadow palette it's between this eyeshadow palette and the Jade Thirlwell X Beauty Bay palette. They're probably my most used products and palettes of all time. Like, I genuinely, every time I'm doing eyeshadow, I'm using that. So I'm just taking the darker shades and running that in the outer corner. And just trying to keep the darker shades as close to like the outer corner as possible and sort of like ovaling the shape round into my eye. Don't get me wrong, I'm not a makeup artist. I can't explain to you fully how, in like the proper terminology, probably, compared to some makeup artists. However, I'm somebody who's loved makeup and done makeup for years on myself. This Rude Cosmetics palette is the most insane pressed glitter palette. It's the United palette. Look at the pressed glitter on that. You can see here the way it applies. The thing is, you need no glue for this. Most glitter palettes I find that you need glue for, but this. And then to intensify the pigment, I just went over the top of it with the Sephora Colourful Shimmer shade in the shade Silver. I'll put the actual name of the eyeshadow in the caption. Just deepened up the crease. Then I went into my waterline and started filling that in with the Rimmel Soft Kohl Eye Pencil. I love the shade Sable, which is more like a brown, but I do own the original, like, Kohl black eyeliner from them. I will say though, because for full transparency, I was really shocked at how this eyeliner performed. It used to be fantastic. I don't know if it was my eyes on this day or what, but it just didn't give me much pigment. I was really getting in there. It was a new one, so maybe that contributed to it. But then again, I expect the pigment to be fuller because it's new. So whether they've changed the formula, I'm not sure. So let me know if you've tried it and what you think. I'm using the She Glam liquid eyeliner. This is in the gold packaging. I always forget the name of this and it really frustrates me because it's my favourite eyeliner. But it's in the shade black and it's the sparkly gold one. But again, I'll put all the products, I'll link them all in the caption and tag all the brands so you can have a look at the products. I'll also link as many as I can in the description box. in case you see something on this video and you're like, I want to try that. For full transparency, I will earn a tiny bit of commission from that link if you do buy through it, but if you don't want to, that's absolutely fine. You can just search the product on Product Marketplace and buy it that way. This is the number 7 Pro Artist Tubing Mascara. I am so glad that Andrew, which is my partner for those of you that don't know, picked it up for me on the £10 for Tuesday's deal at Boots, because it's incredible. It's genuinely the best mascara I've ever used. You can see now, in my waterline, I've actually got the Urban Decay Kohl eyeliner, and you can see how much darker it is. Then I went in with the Wee Cherie primer, and I set that with the Glow Milk Mist. You can see how sticky the Wee Cherie primer is because I managed to stick my Bioma SPF to my face. I just went over the top of my mascara with a tiny bit of the Maybelline Bubble Colossal Mascara because my eyes water a lot on a night out, especially if it's cold, and it was quite windy this day. So I wanted to have a waterproof mascara on. Just went in again with some more Wee Cherie. And this was when I had a disaster because the MAC Studio Fix foundation decided it would also like to coat the floor in it as well as my face. So that went all over my floor. RIP to the carpet. It's a good job the carpet's 20 years old and it did come off. But honestly, at this point, I was like, my makeup was going so well. I thought, here we go. The disasters are happening. This foundation is honestly beautiful. I've used it for years. It's the MAC Studio Fix foundation. And anyone that knows me knows that I will probably be using this foundation in every video. I have recently tested quite a few foundations that I do like, but nothing will beat MAC Studio Fix for me. Use my Benefit Benetint because I never use anything else. I'm also using my NARS Creamy Radiant Concealer, which I always use under my eyes. And then the darker shade of concealer on my chin is actually the Beauty Crop Vitamin Babe Concealer, which I absolutely love to cover spots and any like blemishes or like pigmentation. Using the e.l.f. Como Contour Wand, I'm literally obsessed with this. I use the shade which is like Fair 1, and it's quite cool toned, which I absolutely love because it makes it a brilliant contour. Cutting underneath the contour with the H&B concealer. Make this make sense. I absolutely adore the H&B concealer, but the H&B foundation that's of the same range is horrible on me. It looks awful on my skin. Of course, I'm using the MUA Beauty Balm because I'm literally obsessed. This is the shade Hollywood Rose. I'm just topping this off with some NARS Orgasm Liquid Blush. I don't even think they make this anymore. NARS, if you're watching this, please bring it back. It's absolutely sensational. And I need 4 tubes of it so I can use it for the rest of my life. And then that's me wondering what the hell's happening because my cat is dragging himself around the bottom of the sofa while I'm trying to get ready. I'm like, can't you see I'm trying to film a TikTok? Of course, another firm favourite of mine, I'm using the MUA Mattifying Translucent Powder. I've also really started loving the Luminous Invisible Silk Powder from them as well, under my eyes. It's got a little bit more of a glisten to it, but it's not like a ridiculous shimmer. You're not putting like bright highlighter under your eyes. It's just a little bit more glowy. Going back in with my Maybelline Fit Me powder, using the Revolution contour palette, which I'm literally obsessed with. And then I take this lighter shade, which is more like a pink powder, and just dab it under my eyes slightly at the front. I'm using my favourite blusher at the moment, which is the Oh My Blusher. Try and say that 5 times, especially when you've got a lisp. It isn't going to happen. But I got this from Home Bargains. I'm literally obsessed. It reminds me of the formula of the NARS Orgasm, but it's like a fraction of the price. Then I'm cutting my powder with the Pore Filter Powder from the Beauty Crop, and I also just used the LH Cosmetics Powder Puff, which is the black one that I'm using. It's so soft, honestly. Just running a couple of the same shades that I used on my eyes under my lash line. Also, what are all these faces? Why do I pull the weirdest faces? Does anybody else pull weird faces like me? I swear, I see all these other creators online and they have the like, most aesthetic faces and like videos, and then there's me pulling the weird faces, but I'm keeping it real with you. I pull weird faces when I'm doing my makeup, and if I filmed myself 10 different times, I'd still pull them weird faces, so that's just part and parcel of being me, I think. I used my favourite Dandelion Benefit Twinkle highlight. Then I used a new shade in the Maybelline Lifter liner, but I wasn't sure if it worked for me, so I'm obviously going in with the middle with the Maybelline Teddy Tint. You sort of can see in them clips that I wasn't sure, so I went back over the top of it with the Primark PS Pro lip liner in the shade Desert Sand, which is my favourite lip liner of all time. Set my face again using the Wee Cherie and then the Amelia Olivia Glow Mist both from the Beauty Crop, and this is the finished look. I never normally like my makeup when I go on a night out. I always find that something doesn't look quite right and I can't work out what it is, but honestly I really liked this makeup. I was really impressed with how it turned out, and if I do say so myself, I think this glam, I absolutely smashed it, which I never say very often. It's probably the only compliment I'll ever give myself. Thank you so much for watching. Quickly before I went out, I just did a little bit of the L'Oreal Infallible Setting Mist. Straightened my hair because I'm not going to lie, it looked wild in this video. And that was me all ready to go out and enjoy celebrating for my friend's birthday. I took a picture of it in natural lighting before I went out. And then I took a couple of pictures when I come back from the night out at like 3 in the morning. This makeup passes a long lasting test for sure. Put it on at about 5 o'clock in the evening and it lasts till about 2 a.m. So I would say this makeup is very much night out approved.